Here, the starter's gantry, all new for this year, yeah.
I thought it was here last year.
Before, Master started in at the end of one lap, and that is really what he is doing from the Ashley and Wallace Ginetta. Then Sapra, then is Mark Lee, and the time between seems to have fallen asleep, which is always handy in a 45-minute race.
Yeah, we've had note as well that car 556, the transponder isn't working, but it seems like nobody's transponder is working according to the timing screen, so we'll have to try and do what we can to keep up, as the rest of the field's still filtering their way through. Actually, there's quite the spread already. There's a great scrap here going on between three of the Golfs altogether, cars 75.3 and 146.
They're going to go free abreast up towards Ritchie's. It's like the days of the Mark II Golf Championship that used to run in the UK.
Mate of mine raced in that.
Yeah.
Russell Laidler. 87 he used to run.
Well remembered.
I know, I don't know why. Yeah. I wasn't even a commentator at that point, I've just seen pictures of it. But still, a very, very eclectic mix of cars. You know, there's a lot of real sort of fan favourite cars, I'm going to call them, in this. There's a particular Honda Integra DC2 in the pack as well, which I'm a massive fan of. Craig Horvath driving that machine.
Oh, into the pits is Nigel Innes, isn't it? Who was on pole in Class B.
Oh yeah.
So looks like he's an early retirement.
Yeah, he's going straight through to the paddock. Seems to be doing it under his own power, so I'm not quite sure what's happened to the car. But unfortunately, you have to call it a day very early here in this race.
Robbie and Ashley and Neil Wallace for third though, that's Sapra.
He has. And they're
side by side now.
Well yeah, the BMW in a straight line out dragging the Ginetta. There is a power difference there, the 199 car just behind them. Aura just ahead of them, and then many BMW 3 Series in this race. That's the 25 car that is on the move. That's Simon Donoghue, and it was not the Golf, it was the Clio actually. The Golf was further back, the 14 car, the Mark V Golf GTI. There's the Escort moving up as well, side by side with the Honda Civic, round the outside into Ritchie's. Nice stuff.
Thanks to TSL, the timing screens are now fixed.
Thank you, TSL.
So Brian Branton leads by 3 seconds over the Ginetta now. Edward Lee, we saw, went into third place in this very early GT4 car. I mentioned earlier about this historic GT4 race that's going to happen, so perhaps Edward Lee might have a go in that. He's just behind Jazz Sapra actually. So Sapra's still third, I think, then fourth is Lee, and then Lee with less letters is fifth. Then James Mumbai then leading Class B by a couple of seconds over Stephen Pearson. Class C is headed by Ray Honeybone in that Clio, so he's battling with the Honda Civic that was amongst them for the Class C lead, and that's the Civic shared between Andy Godfrey and Aaron Reed. We've got lead of Lee and lap. Jeff Knox went out by that second on the previous lap. The Ginetta keeping the sides. Great lead of Brian Branton. Ginetta time at 0.9. You have to go up from here, not much before. side jumps James Mumbai.
Number 78 car is a good looking machine, isn't it? Class B, Ronan Bradley's BMW 3603. The bonnet riders on it as well. The big bonnet just leans forward. The Evora flies past. Great to see that car still going well. That's one of the Class A cars though of Simon Hill. So while it is fast in a straight line, I mean it looks faster than most of the other cars in a straight line. But still not quite going as well as the rest of Class A. It's good to see Brian Ransom going well at the front though. That 6-cylinder engine in that BMW makes a hell of a racket. They always have done and always will. Like always, everybody make sure you're back tomorrow for the EQO BMW Championship, because it's a whole field that makes pretty much the same straight 6 sound. My dad's always been a fan of BMWs. He's had 325s, 330s, 335s, all sorts, and you know, always buys one, gets a bit bored of it because he thinks there's a better one that he wants, and then gets rid of it again.
Coming out of Parma, it's a battle for the Class C lead, where Ray Honeybone under pressure. Renault Clio versus Honda Civic
Versus BMW.
Yeah, they're in the higher class. Yeah, really given. It's a modern car.
Oh no, all my friends have had them have had 02 plates over the Civic Type R EP3s. It's crazy to think of that one. I think the facelift one was 2005 and then that was it. It's quite crazy to think it's that long ago, but anyway, it's great start to yeah, and he used to have Lego Star Wars brand on the side. What a fantastic car that was. The likes of Alan Morrison, who used to race in that car as well. No, not the guy that wrote Brown Out Girl. Well, it was 6 in Class B in 2000 when the Class B started coming about. We're nearly 10 minutes of the way through this race here, and I don't really know where that's gone, to be honest with you, Josh. I'm looking around because
your brain's still tuned into 3-hour endurance races.
it is, yeah. Yeah, I think everything's going to happen a lot more slowly. We've got a very high-paced race here. The field is spread out very quickly as well, so traffic is definitely going to be on minds if these drivers right at the sharp end.
Yes, because that's what we get there, and in these type of races, that's what really can win you the race. How good you are through the traffic. The Ford Escort goes through. That's another great car to have here, isn't it? Martin Brennan. 15 he turns into, which is that's the obvious car on your grid as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think looking down the list, there's nothing that comes close to that sort of age of car, but still shows you that it can mix it with the big boys and mix it with all modern machinery.
One of the philosophy of the newer car, is it Richard as Mark Lloyd Jones and Stuart Mead.
It's a shame though, that's a very, very good looking car. That looks like a well prepared Golf. It's got the rear lights on the boot lights out actually. I think it is. It's just got an added massive rear wing on the back of it and a huge diffuser as well, which in a hatchback and not-wheel drive car I can't imagine doesn't suit much. But still, if anything, that promote on this day by lifting the front off the ground, but each to their own. Fantastic down the straight. Look at that.
That's about a third. So now they're starting that traffic. And then the traffic there from Barclays, the leaders who was together. Quick and just singly.
The bragging rights of having a surname that's clean.
That battle continues to form. They're just behind Jazz Safra, but while their battle's going on, they're falling away from race leader Brian Branson, who's going quicker. 204.1. Class B leader, James Pompey, Stephen Pearson. Third in that class is Ronan Bradley. And then the battle for Class C continues between Ray Honeybone and Mark Godfrey, and they come across the line. Clio's still ahead of Civic. So you've got the Clio Cup car, so that would have been built by Renault Motorsport, wouldn't it, versus the Honda Civic car. presume that engine is not producing the brake horsepower that the BMW.
Well, obviously, this is the American engine there, where it's like a 7.2 litre V8, it makes about 190 horsepower. Back in the day,
last forever,
yeah, back in the day, they didn't really make engine power to size ratio very efficiently, did the Americans, unfortunately.
Change to 4, battle of the leads. He's Mark now ahead of Edward Janetta ahead of BMW. Meanwhile, the lead gap has come down in traffic, 3.8 seconds. So quite a decent jump.
Mark got really caught up though behind one of the hatchbacks that was making its way into turn 1 there. He had to slam on the way into Richard in order to spin into the traffic to see him running by. He had to really get on the anchors for a moment there. He has cleared them both now, but Edward Lee has cleared the first of them a lot more easily. Let's see how he gets out of Palmer's and how he clears the traffic there. Yeah, it just uses the power easily to pass the goal. It seems to be on the skew.
Yeah, well, I assume that's what's happened anyway. Look that way. So hopefully it doesn't work its way any further loose. The Class C leaders have changed. They're almost overlapping. We're ahead now.
Oh, Cleo moves to the right as well. Ducks over to the inside of Richards, tries to brake a little bit later, but no, the door is slammed very well and truly in his face. They've got Bates in the Z4 watching on with bated breath. Yeah, you'll be loving it. You're probably going to see that sort of BMW Z4 here. I might watching a Clio with a Semi coming by. Nearly a third of the way through the race. And speaking about body closure, I think the Escort's taking the big there. It's clearly after some more.
Back across the line, it was a better lap. Yeah, back up 5 seconds.
0.1 seconds different on that lap.
Jess Sapra's getting closer to them in third.
He is actually, he's cleared off from them, hasn't he? And to be fair, Edward Lee is now nowhere near the other Lee, which is Mark Lee.
He's not enjoying the traffic, is he, Edward Lee?
No, he's not. Well, it looked like on that start of that lap as well, it looked like he had an advantage when it came to the traffic. Mark II Goldson, real nightmare situation for Mark Lee, and then we just got quickly. Seems like at the end of the lap he's had a bit of a struggle maybe with some of the traffic there. Good to see the Honda Integra still going well. That's Craig Labar, 251 machine. Currently in the race is 20th overall though, and 8th in Class C, so he's not really setting the world alight, but he's lighting up my world right now. As Josh is about to make his way back downstairs again. We have just under half an hour of this race left to go, and there is the Evora making its way back fast once again. That car number 53.
Just below the commentary box, Chaz. Looks like Nigel Innes is going to do some more racing because it's just going to pass you and go back up on track.
Well, that's good to see. I've just noticed the incredibly day-glow Lamborghini Huracan STO. Again with 28 minutes left to go, a 2:05.7 that time round, and a 2:04.8 by Ian Ashley. The gap is 4 seconds. Jasper Sapra is now, well, we'll have to wait 3 to 5 working days to find out because the transponder isn't working very well on Sapra's car, so we're going to say that Mark Lee is doing place. That's incorrect. 2:05.4 by Mark Lee last time round, and then Edward Lee 2:07.8, so that car really falling away at the moment. Hornigold car, is it? That, surely, is Ronan Bradley.
That's right, so Ronan Bradley makes his way down the pit lane and his team member won. So slightly different team member numbers in the Brit car race earlier on today, but nothing really needs to be done to Ronan Bradley's car, just needs to be timed to make sure he gets the pit stop in, and then he'll be able to rejoin the race.
As well. Like I say, the 1, 2, 4 of the Hornigolds, that is Robert and Ashley Hornigold, the MGZR, has, well, maybe stereotypically head gasket.
Some sort of issue. Martin Reynolds has brought the Ford Escort down the pit lane. There's a team member here who's going to clip the bonnet pin back down, or tape all over it. I hope it's the former. And took a little bit of communication from Martin Reynolds to his mechanic to get the clip down, and that's been done now. The scrutineers down here as well. There's no pins in the clip, so now the scrutineer sorts him out. So that's was all friendly stuff. Edward Lee is in the pit lane as well, so a couple of cars in the pits. So the Ford Escort and the BMW M3 are going through their time stops, and then they will both rejoin the race, as Ronan Bradley already has.
It sounded a little bit iffy on the way out. Kick into life. So he's had to kick the car's head in a little bit just to get it to do what he wants. Seems like what I've seen, he's alright out on the track, seems to be going at full chat down towards Agostini.
Number 17 Renault Clio is in. That was started by Imran Tayabali, and it's Christian D that's about to take over. Nick Leston is in his Golf Mark II. And Simon Donahue is into the pit lane in his BMW M3 in the factory M Sport colours.
I must apologise, I thought we had driving on the driver too, because this is the race tomorrow. I completely got the formats mixed up. They changed it the opposite way round to how it is on the entry list. But still, good to see these pit stops happening so quickly as well. They're coming thick and fast now.
Looks like the race leader is coming in. He's got caught up behind a slower car coming into the pit, so whether that's going to harm Brian Branson's race at all, we shall see. He's in just behind the 75 Chris and Ian Webb driven Volkswagen Golf that makes its way down the other end of the pit lane, as does Brian Branson.
It was very sedate,
and also in is one of the Civics, that's 27 it says, but it must be 127. So that is Scott Smith, and one of the hot hatch drivers out in his Honda Civic. Down the other end of the pit lane I can see 74 is in, so we think Mark Lee started laps, which means Owen Hizzy will be getting into it, so I'll go and check that is the case, because Owen Hizzy will be pretty rapid, I should think, in that car. He was the winner of the opening round of the Brit Car Trophy earlier on this season. 35 is in, which is Stephen Pearson in his BMW M3. 330 is in, that is Anton Martin in the BMW 330.